This is Ben Davison. Subscribe to Stephen Icon.
Now, when you look around at the heavyweight division, you can't help but look at Wilder and think, jealous. He's just a jealous, bitter man. Because we know what he wants is love, he wants admiration, he wants the fan base, he wants all this kind of thing, but he's not getting it. Even from his own countrymen, he isn't getting it. And a lot of it, in part, is down to his actions outside the ring, the way that he talks and carries on. People just look at him and just shake their head like, what are you on about, you absolute clown? And of course, a section of his fan base, not all, but a section of his fan base are just race baiters, and people can't gravitate toward them unless you're an absolute hater moron yourself. So again, the broader audience can't gravitate toward Wilder because Wilder interacts with these guys. Now, this guy has the sheer audacity to criticize Tyson Fury's attendance against Tom Schwarz in Las Vegas, and how Tyson Fury came out to the ring wearing the American flag, to James Brown's Living in America, all that kind of thing. It was some theatrics, that's for sure. But what Wilder does is he tells people half-truths, because he knows that, as I said, a section of his fan base will just believe everything, and he relies on them not doing any kind of research. It's pretty obvious, right? Wilder has yet to sell out an arena, and that's just the fact of it. And Wilder is American and a champion in America. Yeah, he's a paper champion. We know Tyson Fury beat him. But fact is that he can't sell out anywhere. He can't sell out a phone booth. He's absolutely terrible, terrible ticket seller. And as far as free views on TV as well, was awful against Dominic Brazil. They were awful against Bermane Stiverne. Even when he fought Tyson Fury in Los Angeles, they were still 2,500 short of full capacity. And that's with Tyson Fury's influx and the British fans travelling, of 8,000 British fans travelling, and Irish and that, of course. But yet he still couldn't sell out. Now, I know somebody who was actually at the event when he took on Dominic Brazil last time out in New York. Him and his wife were in New York on a holiday anyway, and thought, you know what, while we're here, Wilder's fighting, let's go give it a watch. Let's go see what the atmosphere is like. And he was sat next to some people who were talking about how they came in from Theatre Mania. Theatre Mania is a company where you get hold of these people to come in and sit in seats to make it appear like there is more seats sold than what there actually is. And even with all that, even though they were ushering people toward the front to the ring to make it look good for cameras, it still wasn't even half filled. Yeah, he had the sheer audacity to poke at Tyson Fury. Unbelievable, but as I said, he can do this because he's got a fan base who don't look into things themselves. It just is what it is. But anyway, this is what Deontay Wilder said, and I'll put the article to this in the description box for you guys to go have a read for yourself. Deontay Wilder statement. The whole thing didn't sit right with me. It was like a circus to me. The whole promotion was a circus to me. They can't advertise me knocking out Tyson Fury over and over again with the same old stuff, and him coming out wearing the American flag to the song Living in America. I didn't like the theme, it didn't sit right with me, and I didn't like it. If anybody was laughing, then it was to be laughing at him, not with him, that's for sure. Here we go, we've got this guy from England who's supposed to come over and save America. Oh man. I guess it was entertaining to the people that were there, you know, just the few people that were there. I heard there was a horrible attendance. Only 50% of tickets were sold. But it's hard here in America. People got to understand it's hard, especially when they don't really know you like that. Over here in America, they love the excitement. They love knockouts. They love a person who can talk his stuff like that too, but they love the knockouts. If you're going to talk that crap, then they want to see the knockout, especially if you're a heavyweight. If you can't do that, then everything else is all good and dandy. But you have a fighter like Tyson Fury with attendance like that, it's crazy. Deontay Wilder's statement. So as you can see, he's a very, very bitter, jealous person. As I said, he's an American champion, yeah, paper champion. But even before that, people don't gravitate toward him. People don't like how he talks. His whole persona is obviously fake, and just don't like his fan base. And that's all it is. He can't sell out a phone booth. He is absolutely terrible ticket seller. He's not a well-liked person at all. But yeah, he has the sheer audacity to say about how Tyson Fury had a 50% attendance. Yeah, a Brit in America, in Las Vegas, against a German. So what's Wilder's excuse when he's American? See, Tyson Fury, who went to America to take on Deontay Wilder, absolutely annihilated him, got screwed on points, But yet Tyson Fury was the talking point for this whole event. Tyson Fury sold that event. Deontay Wilder was on stage acting like a real goof in the build-up. He looked out of sorts. He looked panicked. He looked scared. But yet, as I said, as far as ticket sales go, his ticket sales were awful against Dominic Brazil, awful against even Tyson Fury, awful against Luis Ortiz, and in a rematch against Luis Ortiz that he's got coming up on September 28th in in Los Angeles, is again going to be terrible. We know that. He can't sell. He just can't sell. So this is what I mean by, there's nothing wrong with him having an opinions and things, but his opinions are always hateful. They're always hateful. And this is why people don't like him. Now, you wouldn't mind so much if he was a ticket seller himself, but he's not. So him criticising Tyson Fury is just absolutely laughable. Laughable. A Brit versus German. Okay, now, as far as him saying that Americans over here in America, the American boxing fans love people who can not only talk it, but who knock people out. Okay, well, Wilder talks it a lot. Yeah, it's complete garbage, a lot of it. But still, he does knock people out. Yeah, admittedly, bums, usually. So, but yet, he's doing all this, but yet he can't sell. So who is he to advise anyone of what the American boxing fans want or don't like? He doesn't know. Clearly he doesn't know, because if he thinks that talking the talk and then knocking people out is what gets Americans to the arenas, then why is it that they're not following Wilder? Why? Because he's an absolute clown, that's why. And against the level of opposition that he is fighting, people don't want to see him fight. That's just a fact of it. They don't want to see him against this level of opposition. Nobody wants to see him in a rematch against Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, who's never been world champion, never beaten anybody of any kind of great note, and he's older than Povetkin. In fact, him fighting Deontay Wilder in September, isn't he about the same age as what Klitschko was when Klitschko took on Joshua? But yet these very same fans were criticising Joshua. It just doesn't make sense. And Luis Ortiz, whose last 3 performances have been absolutely terrible. Either way, Wilder's just a jealous man. His fan base are awful. We know that. Not all of them, but a section of them are absolutely awful. And he will never have the fan base. He will never become a Hall of Famer. Well, actually, with the WBC, he might. That's purely because Mauricio Sulaimán likes him. But listen, Wilder's going to lose real soon. And then I believe that once he loses, he will retire. He lost to Tyson Fury. A Tyson Fury that should never have been in a championship world title fight at that stage of his comeback. On Deontay Wilder's home soil as well. And they need to rob Tyson Fury. We all know Tyson Fury is really the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and Wilder's the paper champion. But fact is, what you can't do is throw stones when you're inside a glass house yourself, and that's exactly what Wilder does. But as I said, he's got a fan base who just don't think for themselves. They're incapable. They've got this zombie-like mentality. Again, that's all the truth of it. That's not an opinion. That's just a fact of it. You can see by how they do their videos and how his fan base go trolling other people's comment sections and thumbs down and running away and all this kind of thing is what they do. But no matter what, Deontay Wilder criticising Tyson Fury or criticising anybody. Although it's amazing though, he criticises all those who are doing far better than him. Could Deontay Wilder come to the UK and take on a foreigner, for example, and do great ticket sales? No, not at all. Deontay Wilder needs Tyson Fury. He needs Dillian Whyte and he needs Anthony Joshua. In 42 fights, he's yet to sell out a single arena, even the small little pokey ones like the Barclays Centre. He can't sell them out. He just can't do it. So when you're living in that glass house, don't you dare throw stones. Yeah, Tyson Fury's attendance and everything wasn't great. But as I said, a Brit versus a German. What did everybody expect? It's just a hateful piece of crap is what he is. He's a jealous man. You see, this is why people can't gravitate toward him, because he's got nothing nice to say about anybody. He'll never be a liked, lovable kind of guy. As much as Wilder wants it, you ain't ever going to get it. You ain't going to get it. As I said, a lot of it is down to his fan base. If Wilder wants to have or become popular, then he needs to open up that window and let that bad smell out. That's a fact of it. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, article in the description. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.